The Standard newspaper has a very interesting article today. In that article, the Standard is alleging that a furious President Uhuru Kenyatta kicked out his allies from Statehouse and he then placed a phone call to David Murathe, who was not present, and lectured him over the outcome of Georgia parliamentary by-election. This article is going to form the basis of this analysis today. Let me just get what the article is saying. The headline reads, President Uhuru Kenyatta furious over recent string of losses. Standard newspaper is a credible newspaper. So I want to assume that whoever published this story confirmed with the sources. The story says, President Uhuru is furious over a string of losses that his administration has been handed in the recent days. Sources within the presidency say the head of state is particularly angered by the outcome of Rurii, Ward and Georgia parliamentary by-elections, where his party, Jubilee Party, was beaten. It came after High Court declared his and Raila Odinga's pet building bridges initiative project illegal and unconstitutional in a major blow to the effort to review the 2010 Constitution and manage the next year's succession. Now, that's not important. The most important part of this is where these guys are saying that the president reportedly called Jubilee Vice Chair Murathe by phone and gave him a dressing down, questioning how he lost in his backyard despite an assurance that Jubilee was on the verge of victory. So it seems David Murathe and the rest, while enjoying whiskey, used to tell the president how they have won already. It continues. He chased everyone away at Statehouse. He told everyone to go home, arguing that they were not telling him anything substantive. He said that going by the losses in the by-election, they were not doing their homework. The president was unhappy and blamed Murathe, Jubilee Secretary General Rafael Tuju, Chief Administrative Secretary Winnie Gushu, and his other close advisors and administrators for the loss. So that's basically what the story is trying to say. You can check it out on their official Facebook page. But we can learn a lot from this particular story. We can learn a lot. The president lost in Georgia, a parliamentary seat in his own county. Then the president again went and lost in Rurii, which is in Nyandarua, an MCA. He also lost there. Why is the president losing? Of course, in the courts, he also lost. And in the court personally, under the courts personally, I strongly believe that the president's men, especially the Attorney General's office, did not do their work as per the requirement. They failed the president. But why would the people of Kiambu, of all the people, why would the people of Rurii, a small ward, reject the president's party? Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of the Republic of Kenya in 2013. Between 2013 up to now, if you ask me, President Uhuru Kenyatta has done so much to the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. Number one, if you look at government appointments in this country since he took over, they are always skewed towards Mount Kenya. In fact, whenever a gazette notice is issued over appointment, if you read those names, you can easily conclude that a meeting can easily be conducted in mother tongue. Then if you check number two, major projects which are being conducted in this country, mega projects, the roads, water, most of them are also skewed in favor of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. So you ask yourself, why are they not voting for President Uhuru Kenyatta? Why are they bitter with the president? It means there's something which is lacking. You go to agriculture, the backbone of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region, or even the country at large. In agriculture, there's no any other place where tea, coffee, those debts have been written off than the larger Mount Kenya region. You can't talk of sugar. Sugar is the main crop in Western Kenya and Nyanza, but the truth of the matter is that the debts are never written off President Uhuru Kenyatta has been writing off coffee debts since he took over power. What about tenders? The mega tenders in this country are normally given to the people mostly from the larger Mount Kenya region in this country. I've participated in some tenders. The truth is they are the major beneficiaries. Appointments in government, if is favoring a region, it means those regions will have a leeway. So they'll always give their people preference. But there are certain things we must learn from these particular incidents. It means 5 things. Number 1, there's serious sabotage within President Uhuru Kenyatta's circles. His allies are fighting. Uhuru Kenyatta has the deep state. Some of them are politicians, some of them are not politicians. So these guys are fighting. The politicians believe that they control politics. Those with the state machinery, like Kibicho, believes that they can use the state machinery to achieve any political objectives. This is not happening because they are not working together. I am certain that those who are in politics, like Murathe, like David Murathe and the rest, would want to see a situation where the president or the Karanja Kibicho is losing out. So they're not working together. They are undermining each other. Fred Matiang'i is in government, involving himself in government. If you go to Kisii, the president probably has his team. I was talking to another guy and he was telling me that just before the elections, that is a known guy who was in Jubilee in the last election. He was telling me that there's a problem in Kisii because there's a lot of rebellion against Fred Matiang'i. You'd wonder why Fred Matiang'i would go further to even involve himself in government. And if you read that newspaper, the Standard, they're also alleging that the issue of government officials participating in politics was also discussed. Basically, it was discussed because of the misunderstanding, the internal sabotage. So for President Uhuru Kenyatta to succeed, he must bring these people together. If he can't bring them together, then even in Kiambaa, he's going to lose. Take for example in Kirinyaga, Anne Waiguru is the governor, Karanja Kibicho is the principal secretary for Interior. These two people are fighting. So which means if there's any politics in Kirinyaga, if it's going to hurt Kibicho, Anne Waiguru would be happy. If it's going to hurt Anne Waiguru, Kibicho is going to be happy. So internal sabotage is the biggest factor. Number 2, I strongly believe that the president is also receiving wrong advice. Who is advising President Uhuru Kenyatta? From this article, it is clear that the president is receiving a wrong advice. Why would he, for example, ban mitumba business at a time when COVID was almost there, when the economy had started going down? Mitumba business is the backbone of the people in Modorwa. If you go to Modorwa today, those people speak almost Kikuyu language. So those are issues. Why ban importation of second-hand electronics? If you go to this country, you just go to River Road, majority of businesses there are owned by the people from the larger Mount Kenya region. So the president is receiving wrong advice. And that's why he's shocked that these things are happening. If he was receiving correct advice, he would not be losing. The third thing is that the president is actually not in control of everything around him. There's a group of people who have captured the president and they're misleading the president. If they were not misleading the president, rest assured that Uhuru would be the best president in this country today. Because number 1, he has numbers in parliament. Number 2, he has the support of Raila Odinga. Number 3, probably he would not even have parted ways with his deputy. So he would be enjoying a second term without any distraction. So those are some of the things which is coming out. The president is not in control. David Murathe is in control. Kibicho is in control. Matiang'i is in control. And some other allies, probably I don't even know them. Number 4, it's also clear that the president is receiving misleading intelligence. Because I'm asking myself a question. Let me just get this. I'm asking myself one simple question. Why would President Uhuru Kenyatta place a phone call to Murathe and then ask him, I'm just trying to get there. The president was unhappy and blamed Murathe, Jubilee Secretary General Rafael Tuju, Winnie Gushi, and his close advisors and administrations for the loss. Why would he do that? With a strong intelligence system, the president would have been told that the Jubilee candidate was headed for a loss. So probably the president was told these stories, but he ignored. That's also a possibility that he ignored. Now, the Standard is reporting that the president reportedly called Jubilee Vice Chair Murathe by phone and gave him dressing down, questioning how he lost in his backyard despite an assurance that Jubilee was on the verge of victory. Now, tells you that the president was not relying on intelligence. He was relying on the word of mouth from David Murathe. I mean, if you're a president of the Republic of Kenya, why should you rely on information from someone else? And that's why sometimes I even doubt the authenticity of this story. But if it's true, then it means the president might even be ignoring intelligence advice, or is relying more on his political friends for political advice rather than relying more on the intelligence from the security agencies. And lastly, it also confirms that the president is actually out of touch. If he's getting shocked that they have lost, he doesn't understand why they lost in his own backyard. What does that tell you? That the president is actually out of touch. And if the president is out of touch, why is he out of touch? Why is the president out of touch? Understanding the fact that the economy is bad, the people on the ground don't really embrace BBI. Remember, even the issue of the BBI, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region are rebelling against the BBI. But probably there's a cabal around the president who are telling the president that the Building Bridges Initiative process is something which you must actually pursue. But it's bad. Those people don't want it. So the president, if he was getting correct information, he would have been told that the people of the larger Mount Kenya region don't want the BBI because of A, B, C, D. And then after getting the A, B, C, D, then the president is then prepared with information, propaganda, strategy on how to go and win the hearts of those people back to BBI. So the president will then come up with a strategy on issue A. This is how I'm going to convince the people. On issue B, this is how I'm going to convince the people. On issue C, this is how I'm going to convince the people. But that's not happening. So the question is, why is the president getting angry with his own allies? I don't understand. The president should not get angry. The president should focus on service delivery, like what he's doing in Lamu today, which is good. He should focus on fixing the mess we have in the country. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. And by the way, the president has only one option, the Kiamba. He must deliver that Kiamba. If you lose that, we are going to have a lame duck president. Kibaki did not manage his succession politics so well. Uhuru Kenyatta, the way I'm saying, is also not going to manage his succession politics so well. Moi tried to manage it, but Kenyans said no to him. In fact, were Kenyans not very happy with were Kenyans not very unhappy with Moi, I think Moi would have helped Uhuru Kenyatta become the president. It's only that he ruled for 24 years and Kenyans became tired with him. Otherwise, Moi as a person tried to manage his succession politics so well. You can't compare that to Uhuru. As things stand today, I don't see anybody Uhuru is grooming. I'm seeing JB Muturi, Justin Muturi, as his project, but timing is late. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. And by the way, I want to thank you guys, those who have called me to say that I need to do more videos outdoor. There's a gentleman, he knows himself. He just called me when I was almost to start recording, and I told him, because of this video, because of the information he gave me about the audio quality, I'm going out to record. Just as I told you, we have a new office and there's still echo. And because there's echo there, the room we are working on soundproofing, which is going to be completed by next week. So for now, I'll be doing a lot in this area. Yeah, it's not a very bad area, but thank you guys.